Hey, welcome to the Green Haired Guy Show. I'm Sensei Larry Burns. Great week again for the Tiger Showman crew. We had the Rise Submission Invitational that we went out there and dominated, taking over the jiu-jitsu world, the grappling world. But that's not it. We got lots of cool stuff to talk about and a special guest. What's up, Lewis?
What's going on, Larry?
Nothing, man. Got a lot to talk about today. We have a special guest.
Very excited.
Joe Shu from our Yonkers school is coming in to tell us how he chokes people and hurts them, makes them feel bad about themselves. Then we're going to discuss a little bit about the Rise Submission event itself. I'm actually really pumped up about Tiger Showman's taking over the jiu-jitsu world, the grappling world. And we're also going to do a little bit of pop culture stuff today. Not much, just a little bit of pop culture stuff. And we're going to do two guys top five. But before we get started, there's always something crazy that happens to me on my way in. I went to Starbucks, right? And I stopped at the Starbucks on...
Oh, you got Starbucks?
I got Starbucks.
I didn't get a Starbucks.
No, I didn't get you any. No.
Did you get anything? You didn't get anything.
No.
Right.
I got one for Bill. I didn't get anything for Bill. So it's the one in Montville. Now, I have the app on my phone. I have the Starbucks app. And I've told you this before. The Starbucks app.
You order it, you go, boom, it's there. You cut the line.
It makes you feel like a pimp. Like, you walk in there and everybody's, like, looking at their watch and they're all frustrated and online. And I'm just like, excuse me. And just walk out. It's great. But my drink wasn't ready. I got there and my drink wasn't ready. A little bit upset.
How long before you got there?
Well,
did you order it?
On the app, I don't know, but on the app it says if it's more than like 8 minutes away, the Starbucks from where your GPS says you are, it tells you you're pretty far away. Would you want to wait a little while to order it or not? And I always say, no, order now. I don't care if it's ready. I can't drink it when it's too hot. First thing. My wife can drink boiling water. Doesn't bother me. But me, I'm very sensitive. Anyway, so I get there, my drink's not ready.
You know what I'm thinking?
I killed us. This thing is cool. We'll tell Danny what this is later. This is immigration looking for Danny.
I got you.
So
continue with your story.
It wasn't ready. So I was wait 2 minutes, and finally I'm like, hey, where's my drink? I forgot to click the right location. Yeah. They gave me a free one, or I paid for it just to
at a
another
different
Starbucks.
store.
They gave me a free one.
I
nice messed up. So anybody who does use the Starbucks app, there's an extra little screen to choose your location, and I choose the one that I always go to by where my school is.
Don't pull a Larry.
So there's a latte there waiting for somebody. You can have it. It's Captain America. It says Captain America on it. There's a latte there for you.
That's what he orders.
Yeah. And I look. Oh no, it's not on here. I should tell our guest. I have on my Starbucks account. My name is Captain America. So when they finish the Starbucks, they actually have to say, Captain America latte. God, I'm real mature.
Basically.
Yeah, I do that. So anyway, we did have the Rise Submission Invitational. You weren't able to be there. Lucas, right? Lucas had a party or something?
Yeah, we had his birthday party, but unfortunately it was 50% chance of rain, so we ended up canceling it. And it didn't rain.
And so you planned it for outside?
Yeah.
What was
a little backyard barbecue type thing.
Nice. Family mostly?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, so what did you do with them?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, now it's pushed back 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna.
We're still gonna do it.
Yeah, you can't skip the kid's party. I'll call CPS on you.
He don't.
No. So you being a coach of the fight team and really close friends with almost all of the other fighters. I know you wanted to be there. You weren't able to be there. It was a great event. It was awesome. Of what I watched, I only watched Star Fighters.
I saw some of the behind-the-scenes stuff and
Yeah.
a little bit of the matches.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Danny's triangle.
I think was that the only submission? I thought there was a leg lock submission, but then I saw a post that said yours was the only.
No, I saw a post, New York Fighting, I believe. And right after my fight, there was another triangle, but I was the first submission.
You were the
Of
first
the
one to
night.
make, but and like the 9th or 8th match, 9th or 8th match,
Eighth match.
That was really cool. But first, let's talk about our first fighter we had up, the 14-year-old. This girl is just. She's got a future. She's got a future. She is so. Her poise before her match.
Like Lyman?
No, Lyman gets a little bit. I'm scared of Lyman before he fights, but like Jimmy before he fights, he's on his phone. Like you before your fight, you're taking naps.
Yeah.
You're taking naps.
Yeah.
You would think like a 14-year-old kid
Would be nervous.
and it's not her first fight, not her first competition, but the first one I think under lights, and just her, but not Naga.
Right, right.
Not COC. She did great. Did you have any? Did you get to see any of her fight?
I saw she mounted the girl, right? I mean, it ended in a draw because it was a submission, but I guess if there were points, she would have won.
Oh yeah, she would have won big on points, and I think her match was only 5 minutes. I think
5 minutes.
yours was 6, maybe, probably because of her age.
Right.
Mine was
Yours was
6.
6
It was
and then-
advanced rules.
And
Her
then what were the difference?
the difference was timing, and she was not allowed to do any type of leg
locks.
Yeah,
heel hooks.
yeah.
Yes.
That's smart for you don't want the kids ripping each other's legs off like that. She would rip somebody's leg off.
Yes.
She could rip somebody's leg off, man. That girl's serious. So she did
tough.
great. She did great, and she had a big showing of support. There was a great show of support from all of the for all the fighters, and also just random Tiger showing. Also, small note, not to get myself put on the radar, but John Gotti Jr. was there.
John Gotti Jr. was there.
John Gotti Jr. was there. His son, I
And
believe,
His
nephew.
fights, doesn't he fight?
Well,
He fights.
he's older. Like the guy. I don't want to say the guy.
Yeah, I
John
know
Gotti
what you mean.
Jr.
I know what you mean.
I don't want to get anybody looking for me, but his son or nephew or somebody competed who has the same name.
Okay.
Didn't do very well.
Yep.
He didn't do very well. Yeah, he didn't do very well. But he had on a Captain America shirt, so I told him I was going to cheer for him. Anyway, so Sophia did really well. He wore a Captain America shirt. You know, like the
Yeah, I know
the
Captain
garment
America.
shirts?
I don't even know what his shirt is.
Yeah. Do you know what a garment that you wear on your upper torso is? But then we had Danny's fight. I'm gonna let Danny come up here. Danny's gonna tell us about his fight. I'm gonna now introduce to you our first guest. Our first guest today is Joshu Danny Ramirez. He's the head instructor of our Yonkers location under Shion Torelli, and he is up next. So here, I'm gonna switch seats. Danny, come on. You're gonna come sit over here. Hold on. Don't get too close. We're not a full production yet.
You're not a full production
Yeah.
yet.
There you go.
None of this will show up, right?
Yeah, we're gonna cue the studio audience applause.
Yeah. So now,
And then when I watch this video, I'm like, wait, I didn't hear that.
now, Lewis, go ahead. You interview Danny about his experiences.
So, how did it come about you doing the Rise submission tournament? Because I know you do a bunch of Nagas and stuff. Did Dave Fish approach you? Did they, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Dave Fish being our manager.
Dave Fish been our manager. Hey, he approached me and he's like, hey, Danny, what do you think about doing this EBI submission tournament?
The EBI rules.
EBI rules.
EBI rules.
EBI rules. That's right. And I'm like, you sure? We don't do jiu-jitsu. We don't. They're all top jiu-jitsu guys. Like, yeah, but you have enough experience for it. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So he contacted Tiger, and I actually got the message with Tiger. Tiger told Fish to tell me to practice my wrestling because he wanted me to do top. But
So did the guy take you down?
the guy did take me down.
But that was all part of your
But that
ploy.
was all part of it.
He fell into your.
He fell right into my half guard, T guard, and
So who did you compete against? Was it?
I can't remember his last name. Brandon.
And he's a
He's
jiu-jitsu guy, obviously.
He's a jiu-jitsu guy.
What
Jiu-jitsu
school?
guy.
What rank? Do you know?
From the message and from what we got information from him, he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu from striking 1-on-1, associated with I want to say the Gracies.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't recognize his coaches.
I didn't recognize
Usually,
his
I
coach.
can
Yeah.
kind of
But
do
he's
the
a
puzzle pieces.
purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and yeah.
So obviously you want to be an MMA fighter. You train MMA all the time. For the past couple of weeks, you've just really been obviously focusing on jiu-jitsu. I see you and Paige grappling for like 2.5 hours straight. You were going down to, is it in Bethlehem?
Bethlehem, yeah.
You were training with 10th Planet.
We
So
were going down to 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Guys are great. Got a lot from them. Cool stuff, like just mind blowing with the leg locks. I'm like, I didn't know my body could move this way. So, but yeah, me and Paige were working really hard for the past four or 5 weeks. Like you said, doing grappling for 2.5 hours, rolling for an hour straight. There was no stopping, and we worked hard for it.
That's
we
cool,
didn't
man.
want to go in there and get
smoked.
smoked.
You wanted to do the smoking.
We want to do the smoking part.
Which you did. You got your submission in how long?
I believe in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes into the match, we were doing hand fighting.
And you gotta give the kid Brandon props. He was in there for a quick
He was in the
minute.
triangle for
He
like
was in
30
the-
seconds,
Yeah,
and you were
and
squeezing.
he there.
And I think I did mention that his head was too small. So
Yeah, he was saying that at the fight. He says, his head's too small. How am I going to put pressure on him? I can't grab anything.
his head was too small. So believe it or not, in my mind, I was like, oh, I got this triangle. I wanted to do that. They had Nate. Was it Nate Diaz?
Nate, where he gives it to Kurt Pellegrino. We're going to
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about that a little bit
yes,
later,
I
too.
wanted to
That's
do
how
that,
it
but then I
moves,
was
yeah.
like, I don't know. But
When he locked the kid up, right? He locked the kid up, and it's locked up. Like, you don't, once it's locked up, you're there.
You know.
And the kid stayed. He stayed for another 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and Danny's just staying with it. He knows he has it.
Right.
And one of the things that I think is really cool too, and this happens with most of our fight team, Danny didn't backflip when he got up. Didn't Wah! He got up. He was like,
Yep,
it's
that's it.
just another day at the office.
Right, right,
I
right.
like that. I like when the celebration isn't so. I mean, I understand emotion and all that. You get into it, but I like it when it's just like, this is my job. This is what I
Like
was
humble.
supposed to do.
Humble,
I
yeah.
expected this, so therefore,
Yeah,
this is what happened.
that's how
and
I
then
carry
Danny,
myself.
like you, he's like you. He goes right in the back. He's on his phone. He starts texting people, playing games, lies down, falls asleep. Yeah, they came back to give him props.
Number one, baby, number one.
It's like somebody woke him up from his nap. Yeah, go choke this kid out. Went choke the kid out. Can I go back to my nap?
Let me go back
Thank
to
you.
my nap.
Back to my nap.
So you've done Naga tournaments before and
I
stuff,
do
but
not get tournaments. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have all eyes on you when you're doing a kickboxing match. You know what I mean? It's just you competing. So was it a little bit weird? Like, how was it? It was on a stage,
It
right?
was on a stage. It actually felt similar to a kickboxing match. I felt the crowd. I'm
Right.
like, oh yes. And grappling is, I think, one of my strongest, things. And I went out there and did my thing. But I was calm. It was
He
no
was,
big
he was,
difference.
he was relaxed. He was
You know-
super duper, almost like eerily relaxed.
Yes.
When you guys do that, because I when I used to compete, I would show relaxation, but on the inside, I was always like,
course,
this kid's
you
gonna
get-
punch
yeah,
me in my
of
face.
course.
Everybody's gonna laugh.